Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Roots of Islam channel. In a land shaped by volcanoes, glaciers, and centuries of Nordic sagas, Iceland is often imagined as one of the most culturally homogeneous and geographically isolated nations in Europe. With a population smaller than many European cities and a landscape defined by Lutheran church steeples rather than minarets, it seems an unlikely setting for the establishment of Islamic institutions. Yet within Reykjavik's quiet neighborhoods and across towns such as Kópavogur and Akureyri, Muslim communities have taken root. How did Islam arrive in Europe's most remote nation, and how has it evolved within a society of roughly 390,000 people? In this documentary, we examine the historical trajectory, demographic transformation, institutional development, and enduring resilience of Muslims in Iceland. For much of its recorded history, Iceland was religiously uniform. Following the Alþingi decision in the year 1000, Christianity became the official religion, and by the 16th century, Lutheranism was firmly institutionalized. According to statistics, Iceland, more than 90% of the population remained affiliated with the Evangelical Lutheran Church well into the 20th century. Religious plurality was minimal, and immigration levels were negligible until the late 20th century. The first documented Muslim presence in Iceland dates to the 1970s, when small numbers of students and professionals from countries such as Egypt, Pakistan, and Morocco arrived for academic and technical work. These early individuals did not constitute an organized community, and for years Friday prayers were conducted informally in private apartments in Reykjavik. A more visible institutional milestone occurred in 1997, when the Muslim Association of Iceland, known in Icelandic as Félag Muslima á Íslandi, was officially registered. At that time, membership numbered fewer than 100 individuals, reflecting the embryonic stage of Islamic establishment in the country. According to government records from the late 1990s, Muslims accounted for less than 0.1% of the national population. Migration patterns began to shift in the early 2000s. Iceland experienced rapid economic growth between 2003 and 2008, driven by financial expansion and construction projects. Labor shortages led to new immigration policies, which facilitated the arrival of foreign workers, including Muslims from Poland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Somalia, and Kosovo. By 2008, before the financial crisis, foreign-born residents constituted approximately 9% of Iceland's population, according to Statistics Iceland. Following the 2008 financial collapse, immigration temporarily slowed. However, from 2015 onward, Iceland accepted small numbers of refugees under European resettlement programs. Among these were Syrian and Iraqi families, many of whom identified as Muslim. These arrivals diversified the community both ethnically and linguistically. In the absence of purpose-built mosques, early worship took place in rented halls in Reykjavik's Ármúli district. Facilities were modest, and congregational prayers were often constrained by space limitations. Nevertheless, despite geographic isolation and climatic extremes, the foundations of an enduring Muslim presence had been laid. The demographic trajectory of Muslims in Iceland, while modest in absolute numbers, has been significant relative to the country's scale. According to Statistics Iceland, by 2010, registered members of Muslim religious organizations numbered approximately 770 individuals. By 2020, that figure had increased to roughly 1,300. As of 2023, estimates suggest that between 1,500 and 2,000 Muslims reside in Iceland, representing approximately 0.4 to 0.5% of the national population. Census figures show that the majority of Muslims reside in the capital region, particularly in Reykjavik and neighboring Kópavogur and Hafnarfjörður. Smaller concentrations exist in Akureyri in northern Iceland and in Reykjanesbær near Keflavik International Airport. According to municipal data, over 60% of foreign nationals in Iceland live within the greater Reykjavik area, which explains the geographic concentration of Islamic institutions. Ethnically, the community is diverse. Research indicates that Muslims in Iceland originate from more than 25 countries. Significant groups include individuals of Arab origin, Bosnians, Kosovars, Somalis, and an increasing number of Icelandic converts. Polish immigrants, who represent the largest foreign nationality in Iceland at over 20,000 residents according to 2022 government data, include a smaller subset of Muslim individuals, particularly those from Poland's Tatar minority. Institutionally, the Muslim Association of Iceland remains one of the principal organizations. Another registered body, the Islamic Cultural Center of Iceland, has also operated in Reykjavik. Friday prayers are commonly held in facilities along Suðurlandsbraut and in the Ármúli area, where converted office spaces function as mosques with capacities ranging from 100 to 300 worshippers. One of the most prominent developments has been the long-debated construction of a purpose-built mosque in Reykjavik's Sogamýri district. In 2013, the Reykjavik City Council allocated land for a mosque project, marking a significant milestone in the institutional establishment of Islam in Iceland. Although construction has faced delays due to funding and zoning discussions, the allocation itself symbolized recognition of the community's permanence. Beyond mosques, Islamic infrastructure includes informal Quran classes conducted on weekends, cultural seminars, and community iftar gatherings during Ramadan. While there are no full-time Islamic schools in Iceland, Muslim parents often collaborate to provide supplementary religious education. Halal food infrastructure has also expanded gradually. According to industry estimates, more than 15 restaurants in Reykjavik now offer halal-certified options, and specialized grocery stores import meat products from mainland Europe. Although the scale remains limited, the presence of halal businesses reflects gradual normalization. Second-generation dynamics are emerging, albeit on a small scale. Children born in Iceland to Muslim parents often speak fluent Icelandic and attend public schools. Studies conducted by the University of Iceland on immigrant integration suggest that second-generation youth demonstrate high levels of linguistic assimilation while maintaining selective cultural practices. As a result, a hybrid identity is developing, blending Nordic civic culture with Islamic religious affiliation. Daily Muslim life in Iceland is shaped profoundly by geography and climate. During winter months, daylight may last only 4 to 5 hours, while in summer the sun remains visible for nearly 24 hours. Consequently, prayer schedules during Ramadan require adaptive jurisprudential guidance. According to local religious authorities, timetables are often based on Mecca's prayer times or the nearest moderate latitude, ensuring practical observance. Ramadan observance has become increasingly visible in Reykjavik. Community iftars are frequently organized in rented halls where attendance can exceed 300 participants. Eid al-Fitr prayers are typically conducted in large sports facilities or community centers to accommodate congregations that surpass the capacity of regular prayer spaces. Reports from 2022 indicated that approximately 600 individuals attended Eid prayers in the capital region. Muslim children attend Icelandic public schools, where religious education is generally Christian-oriented but inclusive of comparative religion. According to the Ministry of Education, foreign background students constitute approximately 15% of primary school enrollment nationwide, with higher percentages in Reykjavik. Within this demographic, Muslim students represent a small but growing segment. Workplace integration has generally been characterized by accommodation rather than segregation. Employers in Reykjavik's service and tourism sectors, which expanded rapidly after 2012, have employed Muslims in hospitality, transportation, and healthcare. Research on immigrant employment published in 2021 indicated that labor force participation among foreign-born residents exceeds 80%, suggesting relatively high economic integration. Halal food access, while limited in rural regions, is increasingly feasible in urban centers. Supermarkets such as those in the Kringlan shopping district stock imported halal meat, although at higher cost. Community members often coordinate group purchases to reduce expenses. Interfaith dialogue has also become a notable aspect of daily life. The Interfaith Forum of Iceland, established in the early 2000s, includes Muslim representatives alongside Lutheran, Catholic, Jewish and Buddhist leaders. Public discussions on religious pluralism are periodically hosted at the University of Iceland, reflecting a broader societal commitment to dialogue. Community cohesion is reinforced through social networks, particularly among refugee families. Volunteer initiatives assist newcomers with housing, language acquisition, and employment navigation. As a result, despite small numbers, institutional resilience has been cultivated through mutual support. Conversion to Islam within Iceland, though numerically limited, represents an important dimension of community growth. According to leaders of the Muslim Association of Iceland, approximately 10 to 20 Icelandic individuals embrace Islam annually, though figures fluctuate. One notable example is Christian Gudmundsson, a Reykjavik-born university graduate who converted in 2015 after studying Middle Eastern history. He has publicly described his conversion as an intellectual journey shaped by academic inquiry and interaction with Muslim classmates. His Shahada ceremony was conducted in a modest prayer hall in Amuli, witnessed by approximately 40 congregants. He later adopted the name Yusuf while retaining his Icelandic identity. Another case involves Anna Björk, who converted in 2018 following marriage to a Bosnian Muslim residing in Hafnarfjörður. Her decision, as she recounted in local media interviews, followed 2 years of study and participation in Ramadan activities. Her Shahada was performed privately, underscoring the personal and reflective nature of conversion in Iceland's context. Support structures for converts remain informal but effective. Mentorship programs pair new Muslims with established families, while online study circles provide foundational instruction in Islamic theology and practice. Despite limited resources, integration of converts into community life has been facilitated through shared meals and educational seminars. Research conducted by sociologists at the University of Iceland suggests that converts often cite ethical clarity, spiritual discipline, and community belonging as primary motivations. Although annual numbers are modest, conversion underscores Islam's rootedness beyond migration alone. Despite Iceland's reputation for social tolerance, challenges have emerged. The 2013 decision to allocate land for a mosque in Sogamiri prompted public debate. While then Mayor John Nahr supported religious freedom, members of the Progressive Party expressed reservations regarding funding transparency and urban planning implications. Public opinion surveys conducted in 2014 indicated that approximately 40% of respondents opposed the mosque project, reflecting societal ambivalence.